Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about fresh release from Lifelike Decals, and as you can see it's a set which is made in 1/48 scale, so it's quite an interesting release for modelers who would like to assemble the famous Zero. So as you can see, that's already part 3, and we have here the Zero fighters in 1/48 scale, which might be suitable with the various plastics. So we have the list of the recommended kits here. There is a new offering from Edward. We also have the Tamiya kits, Hasegawa. So all of these are compatible, and as you can see, the different types of the aircraft included, meaning that you can assemble it for the Zero Type 11, Type 21, 22 and 52 as well. And what we see here on the cover, it's actually what you get in the package, so 5 marking options. And the overall packaging, I would say it's typical for this brand. So as you can see, it's a Ziploc bag. We have decals visible through the rear side, but of course I will show them once I open this plastic bag. And in the meantime, while I'm opening it, do not forget that you can check other Lifelike Decals sets on my YouTube channel as well. So there were releasing a lot of useful sets in different scales, and even Zero is covered in different sizes, so that's why it might be worth taking a look. Maybe you'll find something useful in case you don't build a 1/48 scale which you are watching at the moment. Okay, so first I suggest we start with the decals, because here we have them straight away available. As usual, they are printed by Microscale Industries, so that's why I will zoom in and close the lenses a bit, maybe a bit more, and now you should be able to see what we are talking about here. So as far as you can see, this is the third decal sheet. So here we have 3 decal sheets, and as you can see here we have mainly white symbols. If I cover it like this, all of these white symbols will be better visible. Also, the printing quality is very good. Of course, some of these elements can be copied with the masks, so in case you're brave enough and you have enough of the previous experience, then go for it, because it will definitely give you the better marking result, I would say, more convincing look. But as the quick assembly, quick marking application, I think it's a decent option and it will look quite convincing. So here we continue with the second decal sheet. So again, a lot of colorful stripes, but that's how it was on the real aircraft. And note that we also get some stencils, so it's not like some other kits which do not include stencils because you have to buy them separately. Here you have them included, and again it's coming from Microscale Industries. And I can see the numbering for the symbols, which is also good because you won't have to spend your time with the decals map. Basically, you just search for the necessary number based on the marking guide and you apply it on your model. So definitely a smart design which will save you a bit of time. And there is one more decal sheet, and I think it was obvious what we will get there. Those are Hinamaro roundels, and as you can see, they are supplied in different sizes. Here we get more or less right shade. In my opinion, it looks just as it should be, because as far as I know, Lifelike was also correcting some of the previous Hinamaro circles for previous Zero sets, because the shade was not right, so they are going into detail just like that. And I think it's quite important, because this color might look simple, but in reality it is really easy to make a wrong pick, and then you get a completely different color which was not used on the real aircraft. And again, we get the symbol numberings, and again it's coming from Microscale Industries, so that's why you get pretty much the same level quality on all of the decal sheets. Then you get the color reference. So as you can see, it is printed on the separate sheet of paper, but here we get the small tip on how to get the more or less convincing paint shades on your aircraft models. And I think it's also a useful item which will get you to a bit more convincing appearance, and in 1/48 scale it's even more useful. Then we continue with this template, and what I'm not sure is whether it's cuttable, because as you can see we have some backing paper and it looks like it's still a sticker, but in the worst case you can use it with your masking tape and then just cut out this template and use it for one of the markings. And in terms of the markings, so for this we need to check the marking guide, of course, which is printed in color, so it's a rather good and useful feature for the decal set. I'm still surprised that some manufacturers managed to print and release the sets with the black and white guides. This is definitely no-go, especially nowadays, because it's not such a difficult or really expensive task to do, and yet it's very useful for modelers, so definitely support such manufacturers. And as you can see, we have here quite an interesting printing style, because we have one side printed and one side is not covered with anything, it's just empty. We also get more markings here, as far as you can see. So if I open it like this, and maybe I'll just remove it for a second. So here you can see all of them, and this is rather impressive choice of the markings, because we get here 1, 2, 3, 4, so 8 markings on here and 6 markings on this side. And we also get the aircraft with the floats, which is also quite cool, because this is rather rare version of this aircraft, and we yet get it covered with one of the markings, so definitely a good thing. Then we continue also with the captions. So all of this text is provided with the separate chapters, and here you get detailed history notes about various marking option, I would say identifiers and quirks which you have to replicate on your model. And this is definitely a useful thing, because as you can see here, we even get the description of the blue color, how it is replicated, how it was changing the color with the or shade with the time. So it's definitely a great addition for your build. I can see on the next page there is also the size of the Hinamaru, and it's converted in the 1/48 scale. So I like such attention to the details. As you can see, we even get here the small vocabulary, let's say, on how the various positions were marked on the aircraft. So this is definitely a useful thing for all fans of the Japanese aircraft. And now I just wonder, yeah, so all of the following text notes are the text notes. So this is plenty of historical information, and for the aircraft markings you will have to use this thing. So as you can see, these are side profiles, but to be honest, this is rather understandable, because you get to apply these 2 stripes, for example, Hinamaru, and also apply it on the top and bottom of the aircraft, which is rather universal for the aircraft. So that's why we get such a simplified approach to the marking options, but that's not all. Here on the rear side you can see also the stencils application guide. We also get the acknowledgements, and I just wonder if... no, it's just empty pages. So overall we get not only the decals, but we also get a quite detailed historical guide about this aircraft, and I would say this is rather impressive. It's almost a small book about the various, I would say, qualities of these markings, and also how they were painted, how they were actually covered. So definitely useful read if you would like to learn more, and it should be already available, so you can get it on official Lifelike Decals website. Be mindful that it's a limited edition, so that's why it will not last for long, and I know that they get sold out really quickly, so it's better to hurry up if you want to get one. And of course I will be happy to hear your opinion, so do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.